And we're live. Those people that are anticipating excitement, it's more fun to watch this live rather than watch later. So I highly suggest you watch live, and that way you can participate and hang out and all that other fun stuff. Today, what I think we want to do is do kind of the rest of the teardown here, which is mainly the oiler and the clutch and that seal, because this seal is brand new. We just put that in there last night. Maybe clean it up a little bit, that type of thing. I don't know. I didn't split it. It's not getting split. I don't really think it needs to be split. I don't see the point. So, I'm gonna bring you up here, and I gotta do one other quick thing. Then we're gonna kind of get to it, Three people here already. Who's here? If you're here and you want to shout out, you're welcome to chime in and chat. And if I don't give a shout out, don't just remind me. I found some spare. Hey, David. Found some spare pieces for this, so I was able to. Well, I got a box of goodies from previous builds, so I should be able to come up with not a complete saw, but closer than. Yeah. Anyway, Peter calls here. Bob's here. Met him here at the house. I'm waiting on Mama to come home. Yeah. Okay. Cool. If anybody has any questions or comments, you're of course welcome to do that. Let me go shut the basement door. Hang on one second. There we go. Hey, Craig. Now what we need is something to block that off. Instead of a piston stop, I need a crank stop. So some nylon should work fine. And I'm going to hit this with the impact here. Hopefully that gets the clutch off. Doesn't always. Not quite stopping it. Almost there. Hang on. I don't know where my other cord went. I had rope, but I don't know where it disappeared to. Just want it to go up against the case so this stops. It's got to be enough that it stops. Nope, not enough. Okay, I'll use something else. Need a block of wood. That'll actually work just fine. The super scraper. Perfect. Good old super screw. Wood works. Really not a whole lot of wear here. There's almost no wear on the rim. Now we have this plastic piece. Which apparently has seen better days. Clock being late. It's okay. Hey, Edwin, you made it. Sorry for how you got blocked the other day, buddy. Fantastic. I don't know what happened there, but we reinstated you and you're good to go. If there's anybody watching that somehow has gotten blocked from commenting, please contact me directly and I'll make sure you get reinstated. Washer, so don't forget that. So the one thing about this setup, to me, is really that you can't pull just the seal out. Yeah, James just posted my email address. So if anybody, for whatever reason, gets unfairly deleted, accidentally or not, whatever, just let me know, and I'll get you back in. The top two, lost one that I can think of, lost one, and poor Edwin got ousted for some reason, and I don't know exactly what's happening, but I have now reinstated them. Yeah, Edwin, as of like last week, had you tried to comment, you would have been told no. That YouTube would have not let you, basically. All right, where's my 3mm? Maddie, give me the rundown on what share the same lower. 60, I think 61, 266, 268, 272. You really want my. Where the devil did that go? I want my 3mm T handle. Gotta be in here somewhere. There it is. Thanks, James. Thanks, Craig. So can you believe it, guys? I'm 40. And what am I doing on my birthday? Pulling apart a 268. I hope everybody else is having a good day too. I've had a bit of a lazy day, which is fine with me. I don't need anything exciting, you know. So this comes up just like that. Now, since I'm not replacing the bearings, and since they look perfect, but I've got to replace, see this seal, this is not supple. That's hard. The flywheel side was okay. This is not. Oh, wow. Look at this. Thanks, guys. I do appreciate it, everybody. Thank you. What the heck? There's supposed to be an X ring on here. It's not there. It's not here. I didn't see it fall off. And we have an interesting issue with the rubber O-ring right here. Something's not quite there. Now you see it. I'm 40. So where did that not seal quite right down? This corner down here. Don't see anything wrong. The other thing is I always notice that the seals tend to have a lip. But there's no point to that. Jonathan Gortney, first time in chat. Happy birthday. Thanks, Jonathan. Appreciate it. Big 4-0. Yeah. Let me go give this a quick cleanup in the sink. Hang on a second. Yeah, I just want to get the gunk off of it. Okay, this is not perfectly clean. Uh-oh. There goes all my 272 stuff. Jonathan, just so you know, this is not a cooking show. I do not have things prepared. Things do happen live and spontaneously and all that stuff, you know? So this runs nice and smooth. Working on your first saw build. What build? What are you doing?
Working on your first software. What build? What are you doing?
One way that I like to test oilers, just to make sure they're working. 359, perfect. I've never actually done one. Put a little WD-40 in there and run it by hand and see if it comes in. I don't know which direction, but see if it comes out. Yep, bubbles up right here. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. There we go. Bubbles up right here. Yeah, it's kind of like an old man's channel, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I don't have things prepared, but if you have any questions or whatever, you're welcome to ask. You can heckle. If you heckle too much, James will have at you. That's kind of how it goes around here. Retirement channel. Put some of this stuff away here. So I don't have things scripted. I don't have really a whole lot of plan necessarily when I go live. It might just be, hey, we're building this tonight, and sometimes we get it right and sometimes we don't. So I would need to drive this seal out. I've got a few things to do on this. Sockets here. Back 27. So 27 millimeter socket. Just going to sit that under there and tap it out. Subscribed for a while now. I've learned a lot already. Great, Jonathan. That's wonderful. Hey, Dan. Yeah, the youngest one. The youngest one on the channel. My channel. So I got just a piece of pipe. Pop out the seal. So what I'll do is I actually drive the seal back in flush. And if I need to drive it further this way after everything's installed, I can do that. The other thing we got to do here is pull off this O-ring. I'll use my circlip pliers here for that because it'll grab it nicely. Yeah, something got buggered on that. But the piston and cylinder are in beautiful shape. So, okay, whatever. So I'm going to take that, and I need a new one of these, which is down here. I happen to have a couple of them sitting around, just because I do. Here's the part number on these. So if you get a gasket and seal kit, this is not something that comes with a gasket and seal kit, and you really need to replace this every time you do this. I'm going to hit this brake cleaner first, actually. Make sure it's super clean. Look out, Craig. He'll get you. James has an itchy trigger finger. Just letting you know, guys. Okay. I mean, you can do. I mean, the lip here looks fine. It looks like it's nice and even all the way around. So something just wasn't quite straight when this got placed down. I don't know why that is, but you know what? I'm just going to put this ring on here. Gentle like. It's nice and even. That's all intact. But now I got to kind of clean this very carefully. Because I am saving the bearings here. I don't want to have any trouble. Q-tip to get out any debris. Don't feel bad about using multiple Q-tips. Okay. So much for that. Brake cleaner again. Don't worry about that going into the crankcase. And you're going to end up I'm going to lube this from the other side anyway. Just want this nice and degreased. Good. David, what's up with Fly? I haven't heard of an issue on 359. They like to spin the... Well, if you have as much compression as David does. Now, I don't know where that X-ring is, but... Okay, we're going to do a little bit of a... let's call it a backwoodsy type repair here. I don't think there's anything wrong with using rubber hose here, like fuel line. But you need a really, really nice and sharp razor. You make your own little O-ring with a little piece of fuel line. This will crush perfectly there, so you don't have to worry about a leak. Then, and with that, you won't need any goop on it or anything like that. But let's pull the oil line here. Again, something to degrease. So I've got the oil line degreased. Now what I do like to do on these is put these in a little bit of 1184. same deal here. Brake cleaner. Q-tip. That's nice and clean. Pull out my 1184. I am live, Mommy, just so you know. My wife coming downstairs. Okay, so I put a little bit of 1184 here. Also put a little bit right around there, but I'm not quite ready to do that. Craig Simmons says hi. Got a 350 waiting in the queue for next reel. Nice. Okay, let's get this all ready to go. Need this seal out. This seal will just tap in, basically. Like to put a little bit of Loctite 518 on it. This is anaerobic sealer, so this just disappears with gasoline, basically. And I usually tap these in flush. So you get it started. Don't let it get off kilter. Almost there. That's even all the way around. And if I need to, I can knock that back a little bit further, but I don't think so. All right, now a little bit of grease on the crank itself, just on the crank. Still not super happy with that piece of rubber. Let's see if I can get a different one. Let's get a super fresh razor blade. Like super duper duper fresh. That's better. Okay. Okay. So now we've got a completely crushable piece over here. I have to make that a tad thinner. Jonathan, the simple thing is just watch all my videos. It'll give you a start anyway, and then you can read the advanced books if you want. I'm not that advanced. Yeah, I've just spent my channel is kind of conglomeration of all the stuff I've read on the forums over the years. And it's been a lot of years, admittedly. I've just read so much on the forums, and what I've learned, I've kind of put on YouTube here as like drinking through a fire hose type of thing for anybody that watches the channel. But it's the conglomeration of everything that I've learned, So you can certainly search the forums and pull out more stuff than what I know. But as far as a start, then I think my channel is where you want to start. Yeah, and I've got lots of that all over. You just have to search for it, Jonathan. Sorry, feedback on the thing. Okay, so one more thing. 1184 on the top of that black piece. I'll just put it here, really. If you're using new rubber, then you don't really need the extra insurance, but if you're using old rubber, this is not a bad idea. That 518 around the edge here. This lubricates this O-ring as well as seals rubber up against metal. .262 parts and an HD87 carb. There you go. Now, I use my Coke can trick for this because there's a lip here that seal has to get over, and the Coke can really is the only way to do it. A little bit of Loctite here. Red Loctite on these bolts. On the M4 bolts. Yep, put the Coke can down. Get it over the lip. Perfect. And now, very carefully, slide her on down. One, two, three. Gentle at first. One, two, three. One more. 1, 2, 3. And now with the Coke can, you've basically guaranteed yourself that the seal has not puckered. You haven't prolapsed the seal, and you just very gently wiggle it out. And the aluminum really is not strong enough to hurt the rubber. So you're good as long as the seal is down far enough, so that your washer is not rubbing on the rubber. I don't think the washer can really. Yeah, the washer can't rub on the rubber now. It sits right there. And then your pinion goes on there. And that's practically worn out. So you know what? I'm going to throw out that pinion because I have more. Let's get another one. There's a pinion that's not worn out. Perfect. That goes there. Now we just need that white part, which also happen, per happenstance, to have. You know what? Just thinking. A brand new one. Brandy new. Ta-da. Now what? The bearing is there. Again, grease for the bearing. You can actually use the grease pump on the end. That would be a good idea, probably. You know what? Let's pull out this white piece. It's got to stick on here is what it's got to do. Right. It's just a dust cover, that's all it really is. There. Kind of tight though. That's fine. Use the grease pump. You really want to be picky about it. They came with new old stock Teardown cylinder, no decount. Yep. Oh, that's greased. Yeah. There's plenty of grease in there now. Okay. What was that noise? Just the oil thing. No need to worry. Just gonna tighten this on. Good enough. Okay. So now we're sealed. New seals. Coat the whole thing in here in oil. You can use 2-cycle if you want. Don't think it matters a hoot, because once you get it started, this all gets coated with 2-cycle anyway. You just need something to get it over the hump, you know what I mean? That's nice and smooth. No issue there. Nice, thanks guys. Posting that. Okay. So really, like, the next step on this is to get the new head, get a new head, you know, and get timing numbers and all that stuff. Get squish and set the squish and all that. I don't have a head. That's the long and short of that. Oh, you know what we can do? We can also look at this. There's a bar stud that's loose over here. You can look inside here and see what's going on. Just make sure it's be a whole lot easier if the case was split. Yeah, I know. It'd be easier if the case was split. I know. Bar studs just get tapped back, basically. We can. Yeah, almost there. Just put the punch on the flat and hit it. That's kind of coated. That's going to be a bit of a job. Start putting some stuff away here, organizing things a little bit. Right now, essentially, we have a crankcase that's pretty much ready to go. New seals. It's kind of yuckied up, but we'll get that cleaned off. Yeah, this is 268, Craig. I have a sneaky suspicion I actually tapped it a little too far. This one's a little short. Or both. There, so that's actually tapped a little bit too far for some dumb reason. How can you tap it too far? Why would it not stop? Or have a stop? I don't understand. Yeah, 268. It's like that stud came out too far, but how is that possible? It should just have a positive stop. Like there. Because that's where the bar sits. If I put yeah, that's correct. It's not a large mount. This is a large mount chassis, but not a large mount bar. But it won't matter because the large mount has to do with the oiler, not and the tensioner, not the size of the stud. The stud is the same either way. Yeah. Yep, I still have crank tools. Just trying to think of what else to do on here. Yeah, I got them. Just shoot me an email what you need. Most guys, I try to get into getting what's called a main kit. It really does about like 90% of the chainsaws that that guys are doing these days. Because once you do one, you're not going to stop. You're just not. Once you do one saw, you're just going to be like, okay, it's time to do another one, and you're going to do another one, and then you're just going to need a full kit anyway, or not really a full kit, but what I would consider a main kit. The main kit is $170 shipped to the lower 48. Yeah. Check this out. I happen to have an old school oiler cap. Perfect. And I have a gas cap that is in much better shape than the other one here. So let's see, this one's kind of buggery looking. Does it have the rubber on it? It does have the rubber. Yeah, just shoot me an email. And if I don't respond within 24 hours, you've got the wrong email. Just letting you know. I'm usually pretty good about responding. Can I get the rubber off of this thing? I'll bet not, because it's looks kind of tired. Yeah, the rubber on this old gas cap is all cracked. You know what? Goodbye. One day if I find a piece of rubber I can use on this one, I'll use it. But in the meantime, this goes back in my pile here. And I'm going to whip out a new one. Okay, so this goes in the gas tank. Now I got to go clean up the gas tank and put a new fuel line in. That would be a good thing to do. But there's not much more to do with the crankcase itself until I get a new head. So really I'm kind of in a holding pattern. Unless I want to put the old head back on. James, what do you think? You want me to put the old head back on? Or I can upgrade and go to a 272 head. Show of hands. Who here thought he'd say upgrade? Like everybody, right? Wow, this is gunky stuff. What is to scrape that off? Kleenex on my fingernails. A lot of stuff on here is not cheap, though. That's the problem. Need a new clutch cover for this thing. That's going to be expensive. It's an investment. Yeah, right. Who's investing for who? It's an emotional investment. Am I keeping the saw? I don't know. You tell me. See, one of these days, James is going to be feeling so good, he's going to get in the car and drive all the way out here. Mostly because he's got nothing better to do. Jonathan, have a great night. Come back. Hang out. Whenever you like. Where's Dan? PA Dan? I don't know. You mean Paragon Builder Dan? I don't know. I know it takes a lot for him to put the get-togethers on. So it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of money. Hey, Tom. We're just hanging out tonight. Nothing super special. Here's an idea. All right, clean it out. Take the Kleenex. I think we already did it, Tom. There's not a whole lot more to do. I got to clean the gas tank off and put a new fuel line in. I guess we could do that. Yeah, I did one new seal yesterday. Did a new seal over here today. But I really need to get a new head for this if I'm gonna kind of go for it, you know. That's really kind of what I'm going to be waiting for a bit. Yeah, other than that, it's just, it was interesting last night when we pulled the seal apart, how supple it felt. This is not supple. This is hard. I think the Huskies are easier to take apart. In general, it's not absolute, but a general consensus for me is the Huskies make more sense to me to take apart. I tended to start with Huskies, so it tends to be a little bit more obvious, you know. Yeah, these, you know, as far as ease goes, the 2 series is kind of hard to beat. Um, so this is a 268, 272. These are really pretty straightforward, and they're very common. Good aftermarket support and all that stuff. Right, I need a new line also. Kill wire. Oh, do I have one? That might do. Okay. So yeah, don't really have much else for you guys. I mean, we can do the gas tank if you really want, but there's really not a whole lot else that's exciting here until I get the head. So I've got some machining to do on the 372. I need a new head for this. Um, New bellows, which I don't think I have. Let me look for that real quick. Do I have a new bellows? I need a new bellows, a new rubber piece here. The for the idle adjust and whatnot. Would be good to get a carburetor kit. Which carburetor was this? A Tillotson 260A. So there's certainly more than a few things that are qualified as good ideas. To replace. I need that front support too. So I guess I'm going to be placing an order. Okay. Of course, I've got another 268 here to take apart also. So I could steal parts from this. Jonathan, have a good night. Somebody leaving? Yeah, so there's this. This just needs a new brake flag, looks like. This brake flag's buggered. Yeah, the new head alone is 150, James. Just so you know. Hey, Ron. Just got in here. This looks well. Yeah, I don't know about wild, but there's at least some kind of interesting here going on. Good news is I have a new brake band for this. That's kind of buggered, huh? Need a new flapper. Okay. Do I put that back over here? Let's see what's going on with this one. Pull the top handle off here first. Before I do the top cover. Oh, I need a tensioner too. That's kind of weird. Great. So much stuff gets like jury rigged. Let's not have a repeat of last night here. Take care, Ken. Have a good night. Yeah, where's Mega? Ron, just so you know, there's really nothing scripted here. This is not a cooking show. I don't have things prepared. I kind of do what's in front of me. Go chow myself. Okay. Well, you're welcome to hang out as much as you like. I don't know what I'm going to end up doing for the rest of the evening, but it's interesting to see what we got going on here. That head's probably fine. Okay. Pull the muffler. Now there's something that's been jury rigged. Great. These anterior bolts are these dog bolts are also case bolts. Back to my speed outs here. Try to get this to work a little better than it did last night. Try White Castle Wednesday. Okay. Ha. Got it. Ta-da. We got it. Love my speed outs. Just screw tractors essentially, but they work pretty darn good. Looks like I need 2 of these. That's kind of crowded up a bit. Put a 5mm on here to pull the muffler off. Bacon wrapped chicken. Okay. Two, I think those are M6 bolts with 5mm head. Fine looking muffler. No issue there. Ron, have a great night. Enjoy your evening. Thanks for coming by. So let's look. Again, essentially a pristine piston. Thanks. Take care, Ron. Yeah, we'll hook up some other time, I'm sure. Come on back anytime. You're welcome. Well, Husky Boy says that the 660 has a different sound to it. He said it seemed a little more peppy, a little more responsive. So we'll see. We'll get the full report eventually. 7:45, almost 8. Okay, I should go. What do we want to do this thing? Probably the same thing. New seals, new this, new that. The head's probably fine. Maybe I'll just keep the head on instead of taking it off. Just pull the head and put a new ring on and slap it back down. New starter cover would be nice. I know. It is time for ice cream. You guys are right. Let me go. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my birthday evening here. And I will catch you guys some other time. We'll keep working on this sort of stuff. I'll see if I can get an order placed and get a few goodies on the way. And, yeah. Christmas present to me, right? Don't need any more saws. If anybody likes what they see, let me know. I can, build something for you. Anyway, Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of plug along. We will catch you guys later. Have a great night. Thanks so much for dropping by, everybody. Appreciate everybody dropping by, especially for my birthday. Take care, guys. Have a great night. Night, Ralph.